Good evening. This is Michael Holmes, San Francisco 49ers. Number one draft choice in 1973. You're watching RAFTERS Sports and Movies.
Scott here with RAFTERS Sports and Movies, and you're seeing something a little different. You're seeing someone next to me. So today, because we're local and because we're been friends for, I don't know, probably about 20 years, 15 years, maybe?
Going on that.
For quite a long time, I have with me Buddy from Buddy's Bourbon, and we're going to do a bourbon tasting and some football talk. He's got his Cowboys gear on. We won't hold that against him. I got my Water Boys gear. Well, last night was horrible.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, it was terrible.
They might as well not have shown up. Maybe too much turkey after beating Kansas City, but
it was long and drawn out. And it was terrible.
It was not a good night for the Cowboys. And they were in Detroit, which who wants to go to Detroit? Sorry, Detroit people. I've been there. Lots of vacant GM and Ford plants everywhere. Well, I've got my Waterboy gear on, and I would think Bobby Boucher would probably like a good glass of bourbon, wouldn't you?
I agree. I think you would.
So kick us off and tell us what we're doing today, and then we'll talk football in a little as we go.
Yeah, absolutely. So bourbon, that's my hobby. That's my thing I like to do. So I bought 2 pours that we're going to do today. This is a Russell's Reserve, and it is a store pick. This is a pick from Specs, and it is from the Tyrone warehouse. If y'all don't know, Russell's is Wild Turkey, and so those are really good. These are really, really good. So we're going to start off with that one, and we also have a Stag, and this is going to be the 25A. Yes, the 25A, and that's the first batch of this year. But yeah, so we're going to
first batch of this year, and we're in December.
Isn't that crazy? And it's you want to do the honors? That's all you.
All right. So listen for the
cork pop.
Oh, it didn't pop very much. Yeah, it didn't do it really good. Smell the cork.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
It does smell nice.
But the Stag batches came kind of late this year. I like when they do them long and drawn out over the year, but kind of like last year, the batches came out pretty close in towards the end of the year. So we actually got our 24D batch in January 2025. So it's really interesting. So, But yeah, so this is the one that came out this year. But on this Russell's pick, they're really good. This is 110 proof. So it's don't
light a match.
Pretty man, we're not there yet. Those are what we call hazmat. So you can't fly with those. And quite literally, okay, yeah, you can't fly with them or anything like that. So those are definitely just ground shipping only, distilleries. You can only usually pick those up there as well. So 110. Cheers.
Okay. All right.
You want to go to the nose? Let's go to the nose. We'll do the full process.
Do the full process.
Get some nose on it.
That smells good. Oh, yeah.
You picking anything up specifically? It's hard to get past that ethanol at first, I will say. It's definitely hard.
No. I'm not picking up anything.
So I get red fruits. So I get kind of like an apple, kind of a green apple, and then some baking spices. And that's Wild Turkey tends to have some baking spices, little peppery kind of spices to that on the nose. And then whenever you're ready, you can go in for the palate.
All right, let's see.
Oh, yeah, very peppery. Black pepper.
I guess I'm not there yet because I'm not catching anything. I'm just catching the burn down my throat.
Yeah, so what I like to do whenever I first have a pour, because that's even a little extreme for me in the beginning. 110 is a lot to come off of. I was undecided when I was bringing a bottle. So it's like 110.
It's all about having
Come
fun.
on.
All about doing something different.
So what I like to do is I just like to get a very little bit, and that's kind of like your first whatever, and you get.
Oh, I didn't swig it. No.
Oh yeah, no.
I
So you just kind of get a little bit on your mouth, swallow that, and then go back in for the second sip, and your palate kind of acclimates a little bit better to that.
All right, let's see. I think I do taste the pepper.
Yeah.
I think I do hit that a little bit.
Yeah. So there's that pepper on it. I get a kind of like a black tea leaf, like very tea leaf flavor, and then those baking spices. So there's a lot of things that people who do this every day kind of get from this. So you either got, you have the upfront on the palate, and how is it upfront? Is it harsh? And we call that forward. What's the forward taste on it? It's very, some people will say ethanol forward, or it's very, pepper.
Forward.
Yeah, ethanol forward. So very hot. I get a lot of that peppery taste in the beginning, as I do any other wild turkey, and then it kind of goes into those baking spices. Then it finishes on that red fruit. So, but specifically, I'm getting a green apple today on this. On this finish.
Huh.
And that finish is, people judge the finish by how it coats your mouth. So it's very oily. It's very viscous. It's kind of like looking at wine. Those wine connoisseurs will swirl it around the glass, and it's kind of the same thing with bourbon / whiskey. You can kind of look and see legs at some point, and sometimes it doesn't stick, but sometimes it is sticking, and you can kind of see it run down the glass a little bit.
I definitely felt the coating, but it was a light coating. It didn't feel harsh or thick or like, I got something in my throat. So I didn't feel that. But I do think, so what would you, just off the taste, what would this go with? Good for a meal or a snack or, what have you? What's your take on that?
So my take on bourbon and food, and everybody's real different. I mean, I think that's what I like about this world is everybody kind of does their thing with it, right? So I'm not one to actually pair things together.
Okay.
So I'm not a food or the cheese person, kind of that stuff. I just enjoy the full flavor of it. So I don't like to get my palate and put it on something else, so. Now
you're mixing positive and negative or black and white, green and yellow. You're just all over the place because you're trying to pair it with something. I don't necessarily disagree, but I was just wondering if there was something that this really calls out to, or is this just would you call this a morning, evening, afternoon delight? Where would you take that in throughout the day?
This specific pour, or are you talking about
this
pours
one,
as a whole?
This one.
So this one, I would say this is like a good middle of the day. I would do in middle of the day. Maybe not your first pour because it is very, very not welcoming sometimes.
Right.
It wasn't welcoming for me.
It was like, woo, like a match.
Should have got a 90 proof and I didn't. But I like it maybe after your first pour because it's a higher quality bottle. I will say it's not something that you can just go and get off the shelf unless that store has a specific pick. And that's what that one is. And it's good. I enjoy it a lot. So.
It's good to get the picks every once in a while to see kind of where their head is.
Yeah.
Is their pick a true pick, or is it I'm overstocked and I need to call it my pick to run it off the shelf?
Well, I think what's interesting about big stores, because I would consider Specs a liquor store giant in Texas.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I don't know actually how they do their pick program. If they just tell the distillery to send them a barrel, hey, I'm going to buy a barrel of this Russell's Reserve, and you send me whatever you pick. And sometimes they do that. So distillery pick, or you actually have a team that goes down or up to Kentucky to Wild Turkey and do the picks. So.
And that was going to be my follow-up question was this bottled in Kentucky? Is it a Kentucky bourbon? And what makes a Kentucky bourbon Kentucky versus something else? I mean, does it have to be wholly from ground up all the way through the process in Kentucky, or can we sneak it over the Tennessee border and finish it there?
So
I don't know the Tennessee borders with Kentucky. I don't know geography, but I just guessed that. So
it's actually a long fighting argument in the bourbon world. But there's actually 7 rules, and I have just dropped a video, so if y'all want to go and check that out, it's pretty informing. It's real quick, real easy, but there's 7 rules to bourbon, right? So
hold on right there for 1 second. In the description, I have Buddy's link for his YouTube channel, so jump over there, subscribe to his channel. It's a really fun watch. I'm all about fun.
We're all about fun.
Seven things.
Oh yeah, 7 things. So the first one has to be 51% corn in the mash bill. 2, it has to be coming off the still at 160 proof. It cannot go in the barrel more than 125 proof. It has to be aged in a new charred oak barrel. It does not have to be made in Kentucky. So it can actually be made anywhere in the United States. Now, anywhere outside of the United States, it is no longer bourbon. That's whiskey. But there's one specific distillery that does label that on their bottles, and that's Woodford Reserve. They say Kentucky straight bourbon. So it comes from Kentucky. Woodford Reserve kind of stamps that on their bottles to secure that.
Didn't one of the bourbon distilleries burn last year? Didn't it catch fire?
Ooh,
something like that. I remember something.
Maybe. I know recently Buffalo Trace was underwater.
That's okay. That one I remember. But there was another one I want to say, and maybe it was social media fodder, but it burned in like hundreds of barrels were gone. Just gone. And these were the barrels they use over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And so not only did they lose whatever they had in the barrels, but they lost the actual barrels too.
Yeah.
So now they have to be rebuilt and recharred and smoked and whatever else they do with those. Okay. So are we going to finish this off? What do we do?
It's up to it's completely up to you. If you want to try it on ice. And you're not.
I've got some ice here, so
if you're not used to drinking it straight all the time, because I drink this pretty frequently, so it's pretty,
For me, I actually usually add a little water.
Yeah.
To cut it a little bit,
which is perfect because what it does is those open up those notes for you a little bit more. So especially with that, and like water is really good too.
And so for me, it's. The drink is not a long drink. It's I'm going to be drinking this for about an hour or so.
Yeah, for sure.
And people used to make fun of me in college. Like, man, you've been nursing that beer forever. Well, truth be told, I probably should have never ordered a beer because that's just not how I drink.
Yeah,
I'm not pounding.
Yeah,
and I'm here for the flavor and the taste and the conversation
for sure.
and things like that.
It's a very social thing.
Did you want a couple of cubes?
Oh no, I'm good. I drink mine specifically neat. But no, I'm all about that. And that's why I did this too, because it's very social. It's very I don't do it to get drunk, that's not my objective.
That's just a happy conclusion. Yeah.
But sometimes it ends up that way.
Sometimes it isn't, whether you like it or not. You're like, oh,
how did we get here?
Oh, I'm there now. No, I'm not there now. But
yeah, no. But I mean, it's super fun, super cool hobby. And there's so many things, so many distilleries. I think that's what's really cool about it too, is everybody has their own unique way of doing bourbon. People in Texas are like,
Well, I would say this would be a nice diversion from your normal tailgating or your normal football watching, is to have a nice bourbon with it and maybe some snacks too.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta have some snacks too.
Yeah, no,
but not necessarily pairing the snacks with the bourbon, but just having the bourbon. I'm a peanut guy, so I'll eat peanuts with anything.
Yeah.
And it's just a good relationship. Eat cheeses and crackers, steak. When I think of bourbon, I think steak.
Yeah.
And I think a good medium rare, just a little thin pink, not oozing at all. That would be mine. Whereas I know a lot of people that go if it doesn't bleed on the plate, then it's not there.
If I can't do that. Got to come off the plate mooing.
If it moves, I don't want it. No, I'm sorry.
That's not my cup of tea either. But no, I agree. I'm a full. I retract my statement earlier. If I'm having steak, I'm definitely going to have a pour of some bourbon with it as well. And I like, I'll go more low proof so I can enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah.
So I have a surprise.
Okay.
Because you're my guest and I have a guest gift for you. And this comes from Voice Got It Home, which is our sponsor back there.
Awesome.
Unofficial, official sponsor. And so what I have is from College Station, Texas,
Some
Bonfire Bourbon Whiskey.
Awesome.
Are you familiar?
I know of it. I have not had it, actually. So that's perfect.
My guy at Specs said he might not have tried this.
Correct.
And so I was 50-50 on that. But I'm going to let you crack that and prepare that and look it over. And
awesome.
I don't know. I have no clue, proof or nothing. I don't know.
So we got 45%. So I think this is going to be 90 proof. It is aged minimum of 3 years. Also, there is no specific age statement on bourbon for it to be considered bourbon. Everybody says it has to be done in Kentucky or it has to have at least
Kentucky.
blah, blah, blah. But no, it's good. But 90 proof, distilled from grain, distilled and bottled by Brazos Valley in College Station. So, no, that's awesome.
So Texas, we're
Grand
both in
Glass.
Texas and Texas born, and that was kind of where my head was.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a question in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. What do you think about infused whiskeys, coffees, chocolates, pickles, etc.? What do you think about those?
So I am personally not a fan of things like that. Peanut butter chocolate whiskey, in my opinion, should not ever be a thing. I know it's some people's jam. It's definitely not mine. However, I do love whiskeys finished a certain way. So the big buzz right now in bourbon is Amberana finish. And what that is, it's a Brazilian wood and kind of it has a very strong cinnamon flavor. So I have
I might like that.
It is amazing. I should have bought that because it is a very interesting pour. But it's there's one specific one from RD1 Distillery in Kentucky, and it's a Amberana finish, and it tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I don't know.
Phenomenal.
That's too tasty.
It sounds. Don't think of it as being sweet like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but the flavor profile that it has, you're sipping it and you're like, man, this reminds me of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
But it's not Fireball.
No, gosh, no. Oh, no. And that's something I could never do. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's rough. That is so rough, honestly. That was a little good pop right there.
Good pop right
there.
there.
It had something nice on it.
So thank you, Mike, Carbonite Jedi, for the question.
Yeah, no, great question. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to trying it. I think I told you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I tried one with coffee in it.
Yes.
And it was just too much. And I'm not a coffee drinker, so that's one strike against me. But, I was willing to try it, but it didn't hit quite like I thought it was. I gave it to someone in the office I said, would you drink a coffee old-fashioned? Because it was an old-fashioned. And he said, yeah, I think I would. And I gave it to him, and I reached back a couple of weeks later and said, what did you think of that? Oh, my God, it was phenomenal. So he was like here, and I was like here. So that just goes to show that, that's why they sell more than one bottle in the store.
100%. And it's just and everybody's palate is different and everybody's palate is unique.
Well, and your palate changes over time.
100%.
And I don't think we understand that when we're little kids, we're like, I don't like, and then when you're an adult, you're like, well, I'm going to try this again. And you're like, oh, that's not bad.
Can I dispose?
Absolutely. Here? That's kind of what your water's over there. And
perfect.
That's kind of my thought.
Yeah. That is phenomenal.
Yeah. I was thinking through this kind of thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, you got it. You got it down.
And I've got my rattlesnake coffee mug that's got my water in it.
Oh, that's perfect. Perfect.
Rattlesnake for a reason. Yeah, we all know. Or some of us know.
You want to rinse out your glue, you can.
No, I'm good with it.
You're good?
I'm good with it.
Perfect.
If it has a little bit in it, it'll just be a bonus. So I was thinking when we were going to talk about our football games, go Broncos. Yeah, the Carbonite Jedi comes in with the Broncos, coming in with the heat. They had a good week last week. Again,
yes.
Bo Nix making it happen. Defense doing a really good job for them. But in talking sports movies, I'm thinking we should probably talk comedies.
Okay.
In particular, I've got my list over there, and I can scroll down so you can see a little more. But I've got a list on a screen over here. I don't necessarily have them flagged. This is all of them.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking we could just talk about
my favorite comedy already.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Jump
up there. We'll do it that way.
I will say my favorite comedy No. It's slept on. I feel like a lot of people haven't seen it. Little Giants.
It's funny you say that, and I'm going to step out for a second.
What? Oh, man.
It's funny you say that because I have right back here, which I just added to my display. I found this
the VHS.
literally today. The VH that my kids wore out, both kids.
Wow.
Daughter and son, Little Giants.
That's impressive, actually.
In the package.
That's awesome.
Still, look, it's even not rewound. It's like in the middle of the movie.
That's perfect.
It's in the middle of the movie. Little Giants
even better.
With Rick Moranis and Ed O'Neill. I do concur. That is a very good choice.
Oh, man, I think it was a staple in my childhood. So, and I think it's maybe a little biased because it was one of my favorite movies as a kid and still one of my favorite movies today, not of all time, but still I will watch it every time it comes on.
Well, it is one of those that you can watch over and over again and pick up new things or just enjoy the annexation of Puerto Rico. I mean, oh my God, it's so funny. Yeah, and that kid delivered that line so well in there. And then you have the lunchbox. When I was in high school, we had a kid that wanted a nickname. We called him Lunch Kid. So it was close. He wanted to be, because Refrigerator Perry was popular at the time. And so he wanted to be Refrigerator Perry, and we are not calling you Refrigerator Perry. You don't
fit the criteria for that one.
No, you are not even close to that. Okay, so it's lighter. The scent is lighter.
100%.
What did you smell in that? What nose did you catch?
So I'm getting grain, and I'm getting that barrel.
I'm getting nothing because I don't know what I'm smelling for.
Excuse me. I get a little chocolatiness to it, chocolate nuttiness, almost like a hazelnut. I will say
I'm not a hazelnut fan.
So it reminds me of right here.
So when you say let's have some Nutella, I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want Nutella at all, unless we're gonna have a different brand. Ugh, I just don't like it. This is a lot lighter. Is it because of the proof?
100%. So
it's not 100%, but it's 100% not the proof.
Bingo. And it's so when it's proofed down, it's diluted, so it's watered down to a specific proof, and that's a 90 proof. So truthfully, after going from I think that's hard for me too, is going from a higher proof to a lower proof and trying to get certain notes. Because truthfully, I don't get much from it. It's very easy to drink. Very, very easy to drink.
It's kind of smooth. It's kind of smooth, not harsh. But again, the only reason why I picked it is local. Yeah. From where we're at right now, it's maybe a 40-minute drive. Yep. Maybe. And it's on toll roads, so it's super easy to get. It's the Aggie Highway. So those of you that are Aggies, gig them and come back from that crushing loss from Texas. Did you guys even show up? I mean, what the hell? That was just bad.
It was rough, and
that was hard to watch.
And I think Texas is struggling this season as well. So I mean,
they don't look good at all.
No, and it was interesting last season, especially when Quinn Ewers was starting, and we're all put Arch in, and now I see why Sark left him on the bench. He
wasn't ready.
He's not ready, and I don't think
probably not ready this year either.
No,
honestly,
yeah.
I don't think he will ever be the commanding force that his father was, for sure.
No.
Or either one of his uncles.
Yeah.
Or his uncles.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got another question in the chat. So let me pop it up on the screen. Whiskeys are aged in Spanish oak? Is it Spanish oak?
Yeah, Spanish oak. So it just depends on which distillery wants to do that. I know Rebecca Creek does a Spanish oak finish or aged in a Spanish oak barrel, and they did actually a double oak. So they pretty much put it in a new charred oak barrel, age it, dump it, and put it into another barrel, and that's what we would call double oaked. And they had a
double oaked.
Yeah,
double oaked.
Oh yeah, and Rebecca Creek had that, but the distillate was MGP, and that's Midwestern Grain Products. And they make distillate for pretty almost anybody who doesn't do their own distillate. Everybody, what we call in bourbon world, uses MGP. And
what does that stand for?
The Midwestern Grain Products.
Midwestern Grain Product.
Yeah. So and I could be wrong on that, but I'm
That sounds right.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that that's what it is. But so a lot of whiskeys now, so Penelope, Dark Arts, and a lot of up and coming distilleries use this distillate called MGP. But I know for a fact Rebecca Creek does do Spanish oak. They age some of their batches in Spanish oak. So, but yeah, that is a good question.
So here's the follow-up to that one. Do you like or have you tried Spanish oak aged whiskey or Scotch?
So on the Spanish,
and hang on, before you dive into that,
Mhm.
let's talk the difference between whiskey, bourbon, and Scotch.
So Scotch is made and produced in Scotland. So that's specifically Scotched. Whiskey, not all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is bourbon. That's always the rule of
Say
thumb.
that one more time. I want everybody to hear that.
Not all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is bourbon. Wait, hold up.
No, I think you said it right.
Did I? Is that the first one I said? Okay. Because not all bourbon.
Not all bourbon is whiskey.
No,
but
not
all whiskey is bourbon.
I don't even think it's that, because bourbon is very specific, but whiskey is like so
broad.
Whiskey is the broad, and then it's the bourbon. So it's not all whiskey is bourbon.
No, other way around.
Not all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is bourbon. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Boom.
it.
And so, yeah, that's the take on that. And then specific, like kind of where you are in the world, they'll either do KEY or KY. So it just depends on where you're at in the world. More, if you go east, they're gonna use that KY. But on the Spanish oak aged, I have actually not. So, but I hear really good things about that Rebecca Creek double oaked, and that bottle is no longer being produced. So it's actually pretty expensive to get now. So on the secondary market, it's probably going to be $350, $400 just to get that bottle.
Ouch.
And it's about a $40 to $50 bottle.
It's like 3 jerseys for me.
Yeah, it's rough. And then on Scotch, that is one thing I have not touched. And I will have to, that's something I will just have to just go into and get it. But
so my dad used to tell me the difference between whiskey and Scotch is slimy.
Really?
That's what he used to call. He used to say Scotch was slimy, and I'm like, I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah,
because I didn't want to try slimy, so I just said no.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've never gone down the Scotch road, even though I'm Scotch Irish by lineage. That's where we came from. So there you go. There's that. Oh,
we're gonna get some. Let's see if we can get some more people in here.
So with mine, so you mentioned Little Giants,
mm-hmm.
which I totally respect. I am going to go with The Replacements.
Okay.
I like to go Waterboy first, but
mm-hmm.
I think Replacements is funnier overall as a movie, and I do have a Flacco jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about both at the same time. And so Flacco's got the great line, and I'm going to say it here. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Pain heals, chick dick scars, glory lasts forever. That's just iconic. That's iconic.
Yeah,
and
that's
for Waterboy, it's "You can do it." That's the line from the Waterboy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I really think the way they ended the Waterboy, they kind of fixed it to where it couldn't have a sequel.
Yeah,
because the sequel for me would be his dad coming into his life, or him being a coach or something like that. Henry Winkler is still kicking, so we could still possibly have a Waterboy.
That is true.
We've already got Happy Gilmore 2, mm-hmm. which was okay. I mean, it was really, really, really campy.
It was way off of what I envisioned for what it might be. And I mean, I was way off.
A lot of flashbacks. Too many flashbacks.
The hip thing threw me off from the new team.
Right.
I said, what? That's right. That's interesting.
So it's the Tommy John surgery of golf.
Yes,
is
100%.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So another comment we have in the chat, I'm going to put it up here so you can see it. Macallan 12 year is actually a great Scotch, and I like it. Okay. I haven't tried it.
I've heard, I've heard the names in Scotch like Macallan and Glenfiddich. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Glenfiddich.
Yeah, and then Lagavulin. I don't know how to say that either, but I know Springbank is what I've seen or what I've been told is kind of like the elevated part of what you would get in the Scotch area. So in bourbon, your top, what we call unicorn bottles, are the bottles that you want to have pours, is you kind of have your King of Kentucky, and that's from Brown-Forman. You have your BTAC, which is the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. So you have your George T. Stagg, your Eagle Rare 17, William LaRue Weller, Sazerac 18, your Thomas H. Handy. And then you kind of go to different distilleries, produce their own special things. But that's kind of like the line on what I know for Scotch, like Springbank 18. I know that's the one to get or the one to have. But I do have a little sample of some Scotch at home that I have not been brave enough to crack because I don't want to like it. I don't want to like it because then my money's going to start going to a more broad aspect. And so it's just like, gosh. So it's that's a blessing and a curse, if you like something, but it's just like, man, that's another market that my money's going to go to. And it's like, I kind of want to keep it in a focal point of this.
Right. Mm-hmm. Keep your hobbies tight.
Oh, for sure.
Not loose. Because then you'll be like me with football, baseball, hockey, basketball. In this order, it would be hockey, football, baseball, basketball. That would be the order right there. Hockey's my number one. So what would be your number two football movie? Comedy.
Oh gosh.
Well, you can cheat and look at the list.
Let's cheat a little.
I got the list here.
Oh man. I already saw. Let's see. It's funny because there's a lot of movies out there, and a lot of people don't really realize that until you actually see a list.
Right.
And this
list is
good. It's perfect. I mean, it's phenomenal.
61 long. Yeah, 61 long.
It's impressiessive. Gosh.
And if you want to jump down to the series, you could. If you want to jump down to that one.
No. Yeah, but
it's a comedy.
It is.
It's very raunchy comedy.
Yeah, I was about to say raunchy comedy. So I would say I would either be in between The Longest Yard, 2000 Adam Sandler,
the new
Yard,
one. Okay.
Yeah, the new one, or Varsity Blues. But Varsity Blues is kind of on the line for me because I'm like, honestly, at the end of the day, that to me that's just a good movie, but it has its kind of like drama comedy on it. It's not just straight one way.
Well, the whipped cream bikini puts it in the drama, in the comedy aspect right there, period.
Yeah.
The rest of it's drama until you do that. And I'm like, what the heck? It's kind of out of place.
Yes, right? Like it's its own unique thing.
Even we talk about a lot of movies that you couldn't do that today. You couldn't do that today. I think you actually still could do that
You could do that movie today.
Because it's not so over the top.
Yeah.
But Vanderbeek, great job. Paul Walker, great job. R.I.P. Paul Walker.
Man, that's crazy.
That was his early in his career.
Yes.
The big boy, Billy Bob.
I don't know his name though.
He passed away.
Did he really?
Yeah, he passed away. It's been several years now. Really, really sad. I mean, I can't remember why, but it was some medical something or other. But the cast that they had together, and then you got to help me with the coach.
Bud.
Oh no, I mean his real name.
Oh man,
he's Angelina Jolie's dad.
That's who it is, right?
Yeah, that's Angelina Jolie's dad. And I cannot and I always forget his name. He's such an iconic character. But us both being in Texas and having lived through Friday Night Lights, and I played football. Do you play football?
Yes.
Surely you did.
I was believe it or not. Okay, so let me give you some uniqueness, right? I am 5'5". In high school, I was 165 pounds. We are no longer that. However, I was a right guard.
Oh my goodness. You're actually a small right guard for Texas.
Yep.
Absolutely tiny.
I squatted a lot lot of weight.
Okay.
I was squatting about 450 pounds.
I got you. I was squatting 6+. So
yeah.
There you go.
Really?
But also
really?
I ran a 4.540. So there you go. That's but I was a receiver.
Man.
But the Friday Night Lights is definitely a thing.
Oh yeah.
So Varsity Blues, definitely get that. Definitely. So I'm gonna throw out another one. Necessary Roughness. filmed at the University of North Texas, in Texas.
The Mean Green, man.
And the Mean Green. And I just like everything about that movie.
Yeah.
Like everything about it, from the cast of characters that he brought together to the way it ended. It's just it's a good watch.
Fun fact, I've never seen it.
Okay, well, it's on your list now.
It was on my list. There was also one that I saw too, and I want to say that it,
the water.
Oh, the water.
I'm
gonna rinse
and drink.
I forgot who's in it, and I saw it, and I've seen it on TikTok, and I meant to watch it. It's an older one.
Oh, North Dallas 40. That's what it is.
No. It's, I want to say it starts with an S. I want to say it starts with S. I saw it on the list too. But was it Stan? No, it wasn't Stan.
It's not. Stan the Man is new. That just came out.
It's an older movie. Let me see. Go to the top. I might have missed it. Any Given Sunday.
You've got to watch Any Given Sunday. So that's drama, not so much comedy.
Yeah.
But you've got Al Pacino.
Oh man, in a football movie is crazy.
In a football movie, and he's giving the iconic speech. And I'm going to pull it up here. I'm going to pull up the iconic speech. I can't do the voice, though. I can't do the voice. I'll be honest.
This isn't Scarface.
No, it's not Scarface. I pissed away all my money. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I chased off anyone who's ever loved me lately. I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken away from you. I mean, that's part of life, but you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You know, life's this game of inches, and here you go. This is the iconic part.
Mm-hmm.
This is football, because it's either game, life, or football. The margin of error is so small. I mean, one half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. One half step too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inches. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch, because we know when we add up all those inches, that's going to make the effing difference. I censored that. Between winning and losing, between living and dying. And then it goes on. It goes on. Look at that. It goes on.
Man, what a speech.
It's a really long speech, but it's so iconic. I really want that on a big board.
Yeah.
You know, like my Bruce Lee poster over there.
It's got to go. It's got to go. Is that Wayne Gretzky? No, it's not.
No, that's Mike Madonna, and it's signed to me.
That's wild. That's
crazy.
Impressive.
Mike Madonna, that was right before his Stanley Cup performance with Brett Hull stepping in the crease and scoring the final goal.
You know, the only hockey person I know and that I could name is Wayne Gretzky, and that's the only reason I said that. I'm like, wow, Wayne Gretzky's over there.
Oh, he's down here.
Oh, is he?
I've got his picture and stuff down at the bottom.
He sure is. He's down there.
He's down there. Okay, so what are we opening for our third pour? Because you didn't know we were going to have a third pour, so surprise.
I did not. Yeah, no, I enjoyed that. That's
and you
awesome.
Get to take that home with you.
I appreciate it. That's wonderful.
Thank you for coming out and being with me today.
Absolutely.
And
I
doing
appreciate
something
that.
a little different.
That's amazing. I love it.
You guys subscribe to his channel. Give him a shot.
I'm also on TikTok. I primarily post there, and I cross-post everywhere. Instagram, same name, Buddy Bourbon. So we're going to do Stag. This is going to be hot. So fair warning.
Are we talking like cinnamon hot?
No. So on this one is going to be a lot of ethanol. This is 126 proof.
Okay, so we went from 110 to 40
to 90 proof, and then now we're at 126. Okay. And this is what we call a barrel proof. So what that means is it is straight from the barrel. So they dump it. They don't filter it. They don't water it down. It's just what it is. And this is, in my opinion, how whiskey should be. This is your full flavor. It
smells great. I mean,
full flavor, full body, and it's
okay.
amazing.
So from the first one to the second one is the weaker one, meaning it was a smooth whiskey, very light.
Yes.
This one is a step up from that.
Truthfully,
fuller.
the nose is not. I'm surprised I'm not getting a lot of ethanol, because 126.5 proof. So this one was 110. So we got a lot more ethanol in the nose. For me, I'm not getting much right now, but it could be my glass. I have a wider glass, and that one could be a little more.
So when I was growing up, I listened to a lot of Kiss. So I watched a lot of Gene Simmons blowing flames.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking I need to go get a lighter.
Yeah,
And just
it might.
You think that would get us some likes or subscribers?
It might. I was about to say it might pop off. But what I will say is this is definitely one that you don't want to take a big swig. I'm never a big swig person. I'm definitely just a very small sip. And
all right, I'm gonna let you go first.
For sure.
That's a bigger swig than I thought you'd take.
Oh no.
What are you tasting? Because I can't taste anything.
I get a lot of barrel impact. Impact, but for me, this one is very cherry forward. So I get more of like a true fruit. So it's kind of like a chocolate covered cherry, and that's pretty. It's pretty across the board in Stag. You're gonna have cherries, chocolate covered cherries, some baking spices, that oak impact on it. I will say take the smallest sip that you possibly can.
All right, here we go.
Because it does burn. It's a burner.
Oh, it burns right off the bat.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie.
It burned right off the bat. I mean, I just got it to my lips. I'm like, ooh, that burned.
So have you ever had a barrel proof?
I'm not sure that I have.
Okay.
I'm not sure that I have. And
so when I started my journey, I didn't have my first barrel proof for probably about 3 months. So that's it's impressive. So okay. I will say maybe yes. That
we're gonna ice it.
If you ice it and get that water in there, it'll open it up a little bit.
It'll cut it a little bit. And I'm not opposed to cutting it because I'm like, it shouldn't hurt me. It shouldn't be painful for me to like this.
For sure.
Okay, so I have a couple of other questions in the chat. I'm not going to put them on the screen. So was the Boy Scout a football movie? Absolutely, the Boy Scout was a football movie. It is one of my top. It's not a comedy, more drama. And my good buddy Monty Cox did the stunt work for the Boy Scout. I'm hoping to get him on the channel again later to talk specifically about that movie. That's Bruce Willis and one of the Wayans brothers. I think it's Damon. I don't know which one. In a kind of a buddy cop comedy, buddy drama. I really don't see it as a cop comedy. And then also in the chat I have what was the football movie with Goldie Hawn? It was Wildcats. And she took over a struggling high school football team, and she made them buy her a new stopwatch. That's a good. I mean, in Goldie Hawn's movie structure or her history, I don't think a lot of people will gravitate to that one. I would, because it's really, really strong, really fun and different. And the husband was a jerk. But I'm going to throw this question up there. The peaty scotch will knock you off your feet if you aren't ready for it. I had some Highland, and it was good after I got used to it. What are your thoughts on the new Japanese whiskeys? Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yes. So if you know Carbonite Jedi, what they're specifically called, I want to say, and I may be saying this just out of what I see in my head on these boxes, but I want to say it was like a Yamazaki. It's not a Kawasaki, but like a Yama, not a Yama. It's a something. I want to say it starts with a Y. Everybody is on this kick too, but the one thing too that it's so weird. Every realm of hobbies has their drama, right? So it's a drama, or they branch out to certain things, and right now tequila is a big thing. But what these collectors, and I say collectors because they collect this stuff and they resell it. I'm not one of those. I like to drink it. I like to enjoy it. And if somebody wants to enjoy it, I'm gonna bring nice stuff for people to enjoy it, because that's me. However, tequila, big kick right now, only because the stuff is allocated. Do you know what allocated means?
It means you're not going to get much of it.
Exactly. Yeah. There's only specific bottles for certain stores. And I mean, when these distributors drop this stuff off, they look at certain sales. So whether that be Wheatley vodka or Fireball or all this stuff like that, even to get those Japanese whiskeys. But people in the bourbon world are on this kick of, oh, it's allocated, I have to buy it. They may not even drink it, but they're going to go get it just because
it's on their shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got it, and then they can drink it if they want to. But I've got it because it's a collector series. It's a chase card, like in football cards or baseball cards. It's a chase card.
Exactly. It's like a rookie Tom Brady or something. I don't know what they go for, but just a hypothetical. But that's what it is. And I'm just like, if I'm not going to drink it, I'm not going to pay for it because it's already a lot of money to play. Yeah. It's we have this app in the bourbon world. It's called Only Drams, and it kind of shows you how much all your stuff is worth, and it's kind of disappointing at sometimes,
right?
How much this stuff is, especially when you add up all your bottles and the prices. It's wild. So for me, I don't think I'll go into it just because one, I haven't had it. Two, I'm gonna spend my money on stuff that I actually like. I don't know if I like Japanese whiskey, so but that would be interesting for me to try too. So
I wouldn't be opposed to trying a Japanese whiskey. Yeah. I have tried sake before.
Yeah,
and it hits different. The taste, the texture, all of that is different. So I think trying. Well, you being here is new things. Just period.
Yes.
So I think trying new things is a good thing because 100%. You never know till you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're kids, we're like, no, let's stay in this little box where we're, protected and safe. But, you don't know until you know. So let's look over here at some more football movies.
Yeah.
So another one that I think is kind of maybe forgotten or missed is Johnny Be Good. Johnny Be Good was... the guy from Breakfast Club, the nerd from Breakfast Club was in it.
Really? I don't know his name off the bat, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's right on the tip of my tongue, and he's probably just a little bit older than me or younger than me. He was in Reacher, actually, the last series of Reacher.
Amazon Prime?
Yeah, on Amazon Prime.
Really? Wow.
On Reacher. Yeah, he was the dad to the kid. So he was, if you watch the show, he was the dad. That's the guy that was in Johnny Be Good. He played the quarterback. Wild. And so the whole premise of the movie is high school kid is going to go off to college. Mm-hmm. And it's different than Varsity Blue. So don't think Johnny Be Good is just a recycled Varsity Blue because actually I think Johnny Be Good came first. I can't read the numbers because I didn't know large.
I got you. It's 1988. Definitely.
And then Varsity Blue.
What's interesting is that
89.
I think I've seen a lot of movies, right? And then when you actually break down on specific, like for example, genres, but specifically we're in football. I thought I've seen every football movie, and I have not.
I've seen more than I care to admit of all genres because I'm just at the middle of the night I pull up a movie and watch it. And
I'm a movie lover. Like I love movies, and I can go on tangents about that beyond this. But yeah, there's still so many unwatched movies even in the football realm to where I'm like, that's crazy.
So Carbonite Jet, I just threw out one, School Ties with Brendan Fraser, and that is an excellent movie. It goes through the struggles of a Jewish football player in a Catholic school, and they basically haze him. And it's so dramatic. But Brendan Fraser, the whale, so underrated as an actor until he played the part of the whale. I have not seen the movie yet.
Really?
I have not.
As a movie lover, I'm surprised.
I have not. And mostly because I kind of think how it ends, and I'm like, it's going to be kind of sad.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those sad sacks, and I will cry.
Oh shoot! That's the best though. I think the movies that bring out emotion are.
And that's why I picked Sports and Movie as my jam because
don't feel like crying on the live stream.
Well, no, I want to be the pump you up, but also with that comes the sad movies, the We Are Marshalls, the Woodlawns, the other movies like that. But another one I would bring up is Underdogs with two G's. Two
G's.
D-O-double-G. Who do you think that is?
Snoop.
That's Snoop. And it's Snoop's football movie.
Wow.
And he's doing a redemption story. And he's forced, he's a professional football player, and he's forced to coach a little league team. But the language, oh my God. We would expect a couple of F-bombs.
Yeah.
But it's so rampant.
Really?
It's hard to watch.
So when was that made?
2024. It's new.
Wow.
It's relatively new. Yeah.
Where do you know where that's streaming right now or no?
I want to say it was on Netflix.
Okay.
I want to say Netflix, maybe Prime too, but I did watch it. I don't have notes on that.
No, you're good.
I don't keep notes.
What's interesting about that though is there was a TV series, and I don't know if you've seen it, but the Friday Night Tykes, or heard of it. So it's Pop Warner Football in
I've
Texas.
heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Pop Warner Football in Texas, and they kind of build up to the Snoop Youth Football League, and that becomes its own little show too, and that he started. So that's interesting to find out that he has a specific movie just about football.
And it's a comedy,
Mhm.
and it's campy.
Yeah.
It's campy. It's funny.
What do you mean by campy when you say campy?
Waterboy, campy.
Okay.
Spaceballs, campy.
Okay.
Over the top.
Mhm.
The jokes hit,
Okay.
but it takes, it's an over the top thing. And he's an over the top football player. He's got a statue of himself catching a ball in the entryway of his house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gigantic. It's bigger than
Yeah.
he is. It's huge.
Is that kind of what they say when they say like slapstick comedy?
Slapstick
Okay,
campy. Same.
okay.
Same.
Okay,
absolute,
gotcha. That was
absolute.
I was like, I know the term, but I don't know the term, so I put it with the term.
No, you do. You know,
Yeah.
you were on.
Yeah.
You were there for any other movies that we've missed, because we talk more whiskey, bourbon,
Yeah.
than football. That's okay. We're doing something different. Something just to have fun.
Shoot, I mean, for the rest of the time, we can talk about all that.
Let's see.
We just wanted to scratch
We're
the surface on
sipping
this.
and we're looking at the list here.
Are we ready for our favorite football movie or no? We're gonna hope we're gonna
you can
pause.
You can go
We're
there
gonna
now,
pause.
because I know what mine is.
Man, I have a lot, but I think the one that stands out to me.
20 for Brady? Really? 20 for Brady's your favorite?
Definitely not. We're gonna go with Remember the Titans.
Okay. And that's
Remember
what I
the
hear
Titans.
from a lot of people, and I get it, and I respect that. And I did a top 5 with Buck Watkins, who was in Chad Powers.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, and his number 1 was Remember the Titans, and I'm
Okay.
like, it didn't make my top 5.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't make my top 5.
Oh my gosh.
Which is surprising, because now I've got to go back and look at my top 5. But I had Varsity Blue in my top 5 because of what it did and how it represented Friday Night Lights.
Okay. So it's more
but
meaningful to you.
It
Yes,
had meaning.
okay.
It had a purpose. It had a place in a slot. But you know what? I could kick that one out easily.
Okay.
My number 1 is Any Given Sunday.
Dang. Okay, so now I really need to watch it.
You really need to watch that.
Gosh.
The speech by Al Pacino.
Yeah.
The development of the characters, the fact that it's not NFL football teams, it's these fake football teams, which I like that they went that route versus the other route. It goes over everything in football, the draw of the drama, the draw of the money, I'm gonna take this shot so I can play the game.
Yeah.
Similar to Varsity Blue, where
Yeah.
the coach was going to give the kid a shot. But everything about the production value, you had Al Pacino, you had Cameron Diaz, you had from there I'm going to blank out. Lots of high profile actors that really Willie Beeman was played by, good Lord, I can't remember who Willie Beeman was, but he did an excellent job. So the production value is very high and you really believe it. And it's really gritty, like the hits, you feel the hits and the pops and stuff like that. And
Kind of like a lone survivor rolling down the hill.
It was just a really good, very well done movie, and still to this day. Remember the Titans is a different type of movie. So maybe it's in its own little category as the number 1 because it does tell a story. Now, I actually knew a student that went to that high school.
No kidding.
During that time. She was a freshman. And I said, so what did you think? Oh, we went to the football games. We cheered. Yay. We were winning. We were happy.
Yeah.
Other than that, we really didn't know the impact that we were having because we were a integrated school that had, white players and black players at odds at each other that had to come together for a common cause, etc. And we just really didn't know that because we were just students. We're just, yay, we're winning, because that's what it was. So it was kind of interesting that I actually know someone. I don't think I could ever reach out because, it's one of those people that you meet along the way. And oh my God, we'll never be able to reconnect. But I do like Denzel. I do like all the character actors that played their part. And Panmori, what was her name? The
Hayden Panettiere.
That went on to a great career. But she played her part beautifully, I thought.
It was, especially for her age, it was
she got
very
it.
impressive. Yeah.
She or the directors pulled it out of her, whatever the way.
It was impressive.
So some movies I want to tell you about for football is Greater.
It's a great movie.
Greater. Have you watched it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're the kid from Arkansas, right?
Kid from Arkansas.
Yep.
What I will warn you is it tells you up front that it's a sad movie, but then you watch it anyway, and then at the end it breaks your heart.
Oh, it's gonna.
It breaks your heart because you're going, he's go.
What was his line at the bar? You sorry dogs.
It was so
sorry
sad.
Dogs.
It was so sad.
But you know what? I think movies need that sometimes.
Well, and that's why I like this genre so much.
You need that in a movie because I think people expect. I don't want to say much without giving it, but it needs a certain aspect of this. If you haven't watched it, in order for it to really hold a place.
Let me spoiler alert you a little bit on Greater. It comes out immediately and tells you that the main character dies. Like, really, you're watching the movie and it comes out and it tells you this is what happens. It starts with the funeral scene.
That's right. Okay, it does. Never mind. We're good.
It starts with that, yet you're like still watching it thinking, and they flash back to the funeral scene, flashback. Mm-hmm. So they do a great job of that. But you're watching it going, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Yeah. I'm loving this. And then it really, even though you kind of forget. They do a good job of hiding it under the biscuit. Mm-hmm. And then it hits. So in the chat, Carbonite Jedi, thank you. Rudy, good movie. I like the premise. Joe Montana came out and debunked almost the whole movie, saying that they never plopped their jerseys on the thing. They never did this. They never did that. So he debunked it. So
just the Notre Dame alma mater kind of went down. Yeah. I will say that Rudy's a good movie, and it's, overcoming the inadequacies of,
But let's face it. I'll hold it. One of the inadequacies that they show in the movie that was not reality. He was not a small guy. Yeah, he was actually a very big guy. Yeah, and very capable guy. So,
this was a true story.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be, but then Hollywood got a hold of it.
Of course.
Hollywood gets their hooks in you, and they're going to change it. So that's the problem I have with it. The fact that you had a very
inconsistencies.
The inconsistency of the very. Don't get me wrong; he's a great actor, but he's just in the movie. He is short and smaller than everybody else around him. Yeah, and that's just not fact. Yeah. Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr. Carbonate Jedi mentions that in The Best of Times with Robin Williams. I'm pretty sure that's Robin Williams. It is on my list.
I want to say Radio. I can't get behind. I love Radio. Radio's a great movie, but we go into a basketball season on that, and I think that's where it falls short for me too. It's a great movie, but
good Lord, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, you didn't.
So I'm gonna have to watch it again.
Yeah, we go into the basketball season to where when he goes into the locker room and he gets caught there and he runs out, and that was the whole point. They were trying to get Radio in an act or something like that, but that was during basketball season.
See, I'm totally missed that.
Yeah, so
I just remember the iconic scenes on the football field at the game, and the iconic scenes of the football field. Here you go, Johnny. Here's the ball, Johnny. Here's your ball, Johnny.
And don't get me wrong, I feel like that's the focal point of the movie, but it doesn't stay within football the whole movie, and I think that's where I was like,
And that's
boom.
probably, that's problematic. I have a problem with that too. I get you. Best of Times, I watched that a long time ago. I don't really even remember much of the movie. I believe it's a movie where he gets to play again in the big game, if you will. I could be off on that. Carbonite Jedi also mentions Shaolin Soccer. I'm sorry, not a football movie. Wrong football. And that one is super campy. If you have time to watch it,
I will.
It's something different.
The title is giving me the. I don't know. Have you seen The Big Green? Speaking of UNT,
I have seen The Big Green, but it's been a while.
Yeah,
and that's
the title gave me a
soccer movie.
Vibe of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. The movie that I have on the radar for me to watch in the near future is 12 Mighty Orphans, and it has Luke Wilson in it. I love Luke Wilson as an actor. I think he does that deadpan. He was in Old School. That was his house. So that's
wow.
So now you know who I'm talking about.
Wow. Okay.
He did such a good job at Old School, and so I'm looking forward to watching 12 Mighty Orphans. And it's exactly what you're thinking. There are 12 football players. One's on the bench, and there's 11 on the field.
Gotcha. I was like, "Where's the number?" The number's getting confusing.
There you go.
A&M.
What? A&M. Your 12th man. So maybe a little 12th man nod there. But that's one that I've got on my list right now. Carbonite Jedi, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being with us. We're about to sign out.
Yeah. Final
thoughts from you, buddy?
No, this is fun. I think this is really great. I think this is a great thing that's going here, especially with Scott wanting to branch out, and I think he's doing a great thing here. So you definitely need to keep paying attention to the content. This is amazing. Concussion. Right. Wow. Gosh. Anyways, sorry.
It's all about sports and movies and having fun. And sometimes we have sports movies and we have a little bourbon.
Little
bourbon.
Yeah.
So let's say you go get your own bourbon or water or soda or beer or what have you.
Popcorn.
This is Rafters Sports and Movies. Game over.